Love is one of the most powerful forces in human life, shaping choices, inspiring art, and driving some of the greatest stories ever told. But behind every heartbeat skip, every nervous laugh, every sudden burst of excitement lies chemistry. Real chemistry. The moment a person feels drawn to someone, whether through a smile, a voice, or even an unexpected conversation, the brain triggers a cascade of biological reactions. Before a single word is spoken, the brain is already scanning faces for symmetry, micro-expressions, and familiarity. Ancient survival circuits begin calculating, is this person safe, trustworthy, interesting? Could they become important? This is not magic, it is evolution, preparing the body for connection long before the conscious mind catches up. When attraction begins, the first chemical to flood the brain is dopamine, often called the pleasure neurotransmitter. Dopamine turns ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. A simple text message becomes exciting. A short conversation feels unforgettable. Every encounter becomes rewarding, leaving the brain craving more. This is the same chemical involved in motivation and anticipation. It's why people can stay up late talking, feel energized despite little sleep, or daydream intensely about someone they've just met. The brain essentially says, whatever this is, keep going. It is biology nudging humans toward connection. The second chemical that enters the love equation is norepinephrine, also known as noradrenaline. This chemical is responsible for the racing heart, sweaty palms, and the sudden boost of energy many feel when they see someone they're attracted to. Norepinephrine heightens alertness. Colors seem brighter. Sounds feel sharper. The mind becomes more focused, replaying conversations and analyzing every detail. This is why love can feel like a mix of excitement and nervousness. It's the body shifting into a heightened state of awareness. One of the strangest chemicals involved in falling in love is serotonin, or rather, the temporary reduction of it. In early romantic attraction, serotonin levels drop, similar to patterns seen in obsessive thinking. This does not mean love is unhealthy, it simply shows how the brain prioritizes connection. Lower serotonin makes thoughts loop. People may find themselves thinking repeatedly about someone, wondering where they are, what they're doing, and when the next conversation will happen. This is not weakness, it is the brain focusing intensely on forming a social bond. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone. Released during moments of trust, vulnerability, or emotional closeness, oxytocin strengthens feelings of safety. It encourages empathy, reduces fear, and promotes openness. This chemical is one of the reasons people feel comfortable sharing secrets or deeper personal thoughts with someone they are falling for. It reinforces the sense of, I can trust this person. Oxytocin is not about excitement. It is about connection, stability, and warmth. While dopamine sparks the flame, oxytocin helps it grow. Another bonding hormone, vasopressin, is linked to long-term attachment and loyalty. In nature, vasopressin helps certain animals form lifelong partnerships. In humans, it reinforces commitment, responsibility, and protective instincts. When vasopressin is active, people may feel more motivated to support, defend, or emotionally invest in someone they care about. It's the chemistry of steady, reliable attachment. A fascinating part of falling in love is what deactivates rather than what activates. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for reasoning and careful judgment, becomes less active during early attraction. This doesn't make people irrational. It simply reduces overanalysis, allowing them to focus on emotional connection. The brain essentially says, let's experience this first, evaluate later. This is why early love feels spontaneous and bold. The brain temporarily shifts priorities to strengthen human bonding. As dopamine, oxytocin, and norepinephrine combine, they form a powerful reward cycle. Every positive interaction releases more chemicals, reinforcing the emotional connection. This loop is why people feel energized around someone they like, why time seems to pass quickly with them, and why separation can feel unusually difficult. It is not addiction in a harmful sense. It is the brain encouraging bond formation, which, historically, increased human survival. The more meaningful the connection, the stronger the neural pathways become. No two people experience love the same way because brains are wired differently. Genetics, upbringing, past experiences, personality, and emotional temperament all influence how strongly each chemical affects a person. Some people feel intense dopamine rushes. Others bond slowly through oxytocin. Some experience high excitement, while others value deep calmness. This diversity is natural. It reflects the complexity of human behavior and emotional biology. As early attraction stabilizes, the brain shifts from excitement to deeper emotional security. Dopamine spikes become more balanced, and oxytocin and vasopressin take the lead. This stage is marked by trust, stability, and companionship. Long-term love doesn't rely on constant adrenaline. Instead, it builds a foundation of emotional safety. The brain evolves from, "this feels amazing," to, "this feels meaningful." This transformation is not the fading of love, it is its maturation. Though it's a difficult experience, heartbreak also has a biological explanation. When someone loses a bond, the brain's reward system experiences withdrawal from the chemicals that once created joy and connection. Stress hormones rise, dopamine drops, serotonin becomes disrupted. This is why emotional pain can feel physically heavy. But the brain is resilient. Over time, it rewires itself, builds new pathways, and forms new sources of meaning, purpose, and connection. Healing is not just emotional, it is neurological growth. The chemistry of falling in love reveals something beautiful. Humans are biologically designed for connection. Love sharpens the mind, energizes the body, and strengthens emotional bonds, all through an elegant choreography of brain chemicals. Understanding this science doesn't make love less magical. It makes it more extraordinary. Because behind every emotion, every spark, every heartbeat is a brain working tirelessly to help us form meaningful relationships. Love is not just a feeling. It is biology's greatest masterpiece.